Hello students, this video is on section 1.6, the order of operations. On the board I've written a mathematical expression. It's pretty complex, there's a lot of operations going on in there, and in order for us to make sure that there's a single answer and that students, well anyone, can get this answer correct consistently, we have an algorithm in which to compute these operations in a specific order, thus the order of operations, so that the same answer comes up every time and it can be agreed that that is the correct answer. There are several ways to remember what the order of operations is, but I think that the most common is probably PEMDAS. You might have heard that before. And it stands for parentheses, exponents, M and D stand for multiplication and division, and I usually put an arrow like that because multiplication does not come first always. You do multiplication and division at the same step or level from left to right. So if a division appears before a multiplication in a problem, when you get to that step, you do that first. So this is multiplication and division, and it's left to right. And to finish out PEMDAS, we need AS, and that's the same. A and S stand for addition and subtraction. However, addition does not always come first. We do addition and subtraction on the same level or at the same step from left to right as they appear in order. So my favorite way to do order of operations problems, especially when I'm starting out, to give myself extra confidence that I'm doing things in the proper order, is that I like to underline exactly the step that I'm doing, perform that operation, and copy everything else down exactly as it is, because the only one thing should change per step. So I'll do this one. P, parentheses, comes first. So this is the operation I'm going to do first. 8 minus 4 is the only thing in those parentheses. And so I perform that operation. And then everything else comes down exactly the same. Okay, I'm done with parentheses. There aren't any more there. The next thing to do is exponents. I have 2 of those, and so I'm able to do them both on the same level. This one and this one. So 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. Everything else comes down exactly. I'm done with parentheses, I'm done with exponents. Now I'm looking for multiplication and division in order from left to right. So I'm going to start at the beginning and move to the right, and the first one that I encounter is this division, so that's what we need to do first. So I'm going to divide 64 by 16. That's 4. Everything else comes down exactly. Still done with these 2, but I have another one in this step, the MD, because I have a multiplication to perform as well, so I'm going to do that next. 4 times 9 is 36. This comes down the same, and now it's pretty straightforward what I'm going to do, but just to check, I'm done with the first 3 groupings. My last one's addition, subtraction. That's the only thing I have left. 36 minus 25 is 11. That's our answer for this complicated problem. I'm going to do a few more examples, then I'm going to give you one, let you pause, and then I'll give you the answer to hopefully check your work. Here's the next one to work on. I'm going to start back at the top of my order of operations to see where we're starting. Parentheses, we have one set of parentheses here. I'm going to underline that bit of work that I'll do, and then we'll write everything exactly as it looks below so that we only are focusing on one step at a time. 8 minus 4, I think this is the same one as we had just before, but that's not too difficult of a problem. So we have that, the squared comes down, everything else comes down exactly the same, okay? So we don't have parentheses anymore. We're going to move to the next step, which is exponents. We have that in one place. I underline that I'm going to do the 4 to the second power. I'm going to simplify that, bring everything else down. Done with parentheses, done with exponents, moving to multiplication and division. I start at the beginning and I see where the first one is that I reach, which is this multiplication here. 5 times 16 is 80. You can do the long multiplication to the side, that's not a problem. We want to make sure you're getting things accurately. So please show work and do the work out when you need to. Everything else comes down exactly as it is. We're still not done with this step, multiplication and division, so we're going to do that next. 80 divided by 4 gives us 20. The minus 2 comes along. Finally, we only have one operation to do left, but it has followed correctly that we are on the last step, addition, subtraction. 20 minus 2 gives us 18. Okay. I have one more to do with you. And then we will, I'll give you one, pause it, you will pause it, and then I'll have the answer for you for hopefully to check your work. Okay, so for this problem it's a little bit different. We don't have any parentheses in this one, so we don't need to perform them. We also don't have any exponents. Again, if we don't have any, we don't need to do that step. So we're jumping right into multiplication and division. We always go from the beginning, move to the right, and in this case, the first place we see that is here. So we'll be doing this multiplication first, everything else will come down. So 10 times 2 gives us 20. Everything else drops down exactly as it was. Still not done with multiplication and division because we have a division problem. We did the multiplication first because it came first left to right, but now we don't have to worry about that. There's only one more to do. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Everything else comes down. Okay, and we've gone through, we've never had any of these or these, so we didn't have to worry. We did the multiplication and division step. Now we're on the addition subtraction step, and we must do those in order from left to right. It happens that addition does come first. And then finally we have our one last operation, which follows that it is the last one. So we are correct. Our answer here is 11. So I'm going to put one problem on the board. I'd like for you to work on it after you pause the video once I've written it, and then unpause the video and I will have the answer for you. Okay, there's our problem. Go ahead and pause the video. Hopefully you were able to work that problem successfully using our order of operations. And you should have gotten an answer of 32. If you didn't get that, or if you have any questions about any of the examples that you've done, please make a note of it in your notes and ask me at the beginning of class so that we can address any confusion that there will be. All right?